It's 2005. Four men get out of their cars. They each put on their rucksacks. Their names are Mohammed Sadiq, Shehzad Tanweer, Abdullah Shahid, and Hasib Hussain. The four of them are accomplices. They are dressed like they are going for a camping holiday, but what they are really here for is to execute a sinister plan. Their rucksacks contains homemade explosive devices made from concentrated hydrogen peroxide and pepper. Together, they will launch a devastating attack on Britain. This is the story of Britain's first, and often forgotten, suicide bombing. At 30,000 feet, two men are travelling from the UK to Pakistan. The older man is Mohammed. This is not his first ever flight to Pakistan. The younger one is his protégé, Shehzad. They have told their community they are going to visit relatives. In reality, they are travelling to the Malakand region, a lawless strip of territory near the Afghan border, to attend a terrorist training camp organised by the Al-Qaeda. Mohammed has been here before, alone, in 2003. But this time, he brought an accomplice, someone who could help him build the bomb on British soil. For months, they learned how to synthesize different types of explosives, including triacetone triperoxide, an unstable explosive made from hair bleach and nail polish remover. On February 2005, after 3 months of training, they land back in the UK. Shehzad Tanweer is a 22-year-old boy who was born in Bradford, England. He is the son of a wealthy businessman, drives a red Mercedes C-Class. He was a smart boy in school. Over time, he grew more religious and became more involved in local Islamic centres. He frequented a Muslim youth access point, an Islamic charity drop centre for teens, partly funded by the UK government. It is believed that the youth camp was used as a recruitment centre by Khan. Mohammed Sadiqi, the mastermind of the operation. He is in his early 30s, married, and a father of one. He is a primary school teaching assistant and youth worker. His role at the school was that of a learning mentor, working with children who were struggling with work, language, as well as those with behavioural difficulties. But he later lost his job following problems over extended sick relative leave. Meanwhile, he continued to be active as a youth worker in Beeston. Around this time, he recruited 2 more accomplices. Abdullah Shahid, a 19-year-old from Jamaica who moved to the UK with his parents when he was little, and became a Muslim convert at 14 years. He was once punished for distributing leaflets supportive of Al-Qaeda. And Hasib Mir Hussain, the youngest of the 4, who was just 18 years old. He is known to openly speaking about his support for Islamic extremists, often referring to Al-Qaeda's 9/11 bombers as martyrs. These 4 people had one thing in common. They were all deeply influenced by Osama bin Laden. Over the course of 6 weeks, the group gathers the materials needed to prepare the bomb. They kept everything hidden in a rented ground floor flat at 18 Alexandra Grove. In this inconspicuous house, the group begins to assemble the device. The main ingredients were hydrogen peroxide, a strong hair bleach, acetone, and acid from car batteries. Due to toxic fumes, they wore surgical masks. The chemicals were so unstable that, over time, Tanweer's hair colour began to change. They kept the windows open 24/7, as the flat needed constant increase in airflow to prevent the bomb from going off, and sometimes resorted to using packs of ice to cool down the temperature of the room. For weeks, no one realised what these men were up to. By late June, the mixture had dried into a highly volatile white powder. Their work was finally complete. It was time for the next step. Carefully, the terrorists pack their bombs into large camping rucksacks. Even the smallest mistake can cause a devastating explosion. An explosion they hoped would kill many. The London Underground is the oldest rapid transit system in the world. It was opened in 1863 and has grown from a single steam engine line into a 250-mile labyrinth of track. It is the circulatory transit system that moves up to 4 million passengers on a daily basis. During morning rush hour alone, the network moves over 500,000 passengers, more than the entire population of some cities, in a window of just 90 minutes. And one of those passengers is Dan Biddle. Daniel Biddle worked at a construction site. He was getting ready to board the train to work. A light blue Nissan Micra is driving through Leeds. Inside is Khan and two of his accomplices. They are on their way to meet Abdullah Shahid. The car pulls into the side of the Luton railway station car park. In just a few minutes, Shahid pulls up in a red Fiat Brava. The men get out of their vehicle and open the back. The rear compartment is filled with their homemade explosives, batteries, and detonators. After picking them up, they walk into the station. They then board the 7:40 Thameslink train to London King's Cross. For 40 minutes, they sit in silence. After arriving at their destination, they head straight for the centre of the London Underground network. Here, the men gather for the final time. They hug, say goodbye, and then split up. Daniel Biddle boards the westbound Circle Line train. He is running late. He pulls out his phone to text his work. Standing directly next to him is a man sitting with a large rucksack on the floor next to him. The man is Mohammed. In a cruel twist of fate, Biddle is standing so close to the bomb.
I was stood up and he was sat next to me, so we were probably no more than about 6 inches apart. And as the train pulled out of Edgware Road Station, I could feel somebody staring at me. And I kind of looked round, and this young gentleman sitting next to me was like staring up. I didn't really think anything of it. People watch on the tube every day, so I didn't really think too much of it. At the corner of my eye, I see him lean forward and look along the carriage to the back end of the carriage we was in, and then he started to stare at me again. And by this point, he was getting a little bit uncomfortable. So I was just about to, I kind of looked at him, locked eyes with him, was just about to say like, well, what are you looking at, mate? What's your problem? And I just see him reach into the bag, and then that's when absolute hell was unleashed.
3 explosions erupted almost simultaneously across London's underground system. The first blast tore through the eastbound Circle Line near Aldgate. Shahzad had detonated his device, instantly killing 8 commuters, including himself, and injuring 171 others. The second explosion happened westbound at Edgware Road. This is where Mohammed Khan detonated his bomb next to Daniel. The blast killed 7 people, including himself, and injured 163 commuters. The impact shut down the entire section of the network. Daniel survived, but lost his limbs. The third blast struck almost at the exact same moment, deep inside the Piccadilly line between King's Cross, St Pancras and Russell Square. This was the deadliest of all. Shahid had chosen the most crowded train on the entire network, killing 26 people and injuring 340 commuters. Because the blasts happened deep underground, the city above is oblivious. The control room attributes the chaos to a power surge. While the underground was in chaos, Hussein walked out of King's Cross Underground onto Euston Road. He tried to contact the other 3 bombers, but was unsuccessful. His demeanour during this period appeared relaxed. Hussein re-entered the station. CCTV captured him walking calmly through the crowd before heading into W.H. Smith on the station concourse. There, he appeared to purchase a 9-volt battery. Later investigations suggested the possibility that he may have needed a replacement to power his device, though this remains unconfirmed. At 9:06, Hussein walked into the McDonald's on Euston Road. He stayed inside for roughly 10 minutes. After getting out, he boarded a double-decker number 30 bus at Euston. With the underground shut and streets sealed off, the bus drove through heavy traffic. At exactly 9:47 a.m., the fourth and final explosion of the day struck Tavistock Square, killing 13 people, including Hussein, and injuring over 110 people. By 10 a.m., the power surge theory had collapsed. The bus explosion at Tavistock Square confirms the grim reality. It was a coordinated attack. Meanwhile, the hunt for the terrorist is on. Military intelligence services all over the country fly in to help, and very soon they will make their first discovery. The forensic team finds evidence in the debris. ID cards were discovered at the bomb sites. The military intelligence ran the names on the IDs. They quickly discovered they weren't dealing with international terrorists, but British citizens. The intelligence office was able to trace their movement using the CCTV footage and quickly discovered where the lads had parked their car. Bingo! Inside, there were 16 smaller, viable explosive devices, a 9mm handgun, and a rental record. They quickly uncovered who rented the car. It's Shahzad. The police immediately raided his address. During this raid, the police found a key which led them to a specific apartment at 18 Alexandra Grove in Leeds. Inside, they found bathtubs filled with chemical sludge. fans that were used to dry the explosives, and hair dye bottles, confirming it as the site where the devices were created. The investigation had ended. While the UK government and police knew it was a suicide attack, the public wasn't aware. On September 1st, 2005, Al Jazeera aired a pre-recorded video of the ringleader, Mohammed Siddiq Khan, stating,
"Your democratically elected governments continuously perpetuate atrocities against my people all over the world, and your support of them makes you directly responsible, just as I am directly responsible for protecting and avenging my Muslim brothers and sisters. Until we feel security, you will be our targets, and until you stop the bombing, gassing, imprisonment and torture of my people, we will not stop this fight. We are at war, and I am a soldier."
We do not know whether it was made days or even months before the attacks, but there is one thing for sure. The video has been clearly tampered, as a video of Ayman al-Zawahiri, Al-Qaeda's second-in-command, was edited onto the same tape, in which he implies that Al-Qaeda was behind the attack. Whether that claim is true or not, we will never know.